That's right, folks. This is On the Money with Ryan Wheless. He is a financial advisor. He is the man with your financial flight plan. I'm your host, Spike Spengel. Mr. Ryan Wheless, always great to see you now. This is so cool.
This radio show and a podcast simultaneously, so Spike and I actually get to see each other, which is kind of cool. But, folks, welcome to the show. We've got a great format lined up for you today, talking about a lot of interesting things that impact you and the decisions you make for retirement. Because that's what this show is all about. It's funny. We had a lady call the office last week, Spike, and she says, I'm really looking for somebody who specializes in retirement. Like, that's what we do at Alli Wealth. We specialize in retirement. We see you to and through your golden years. And so it was a really interesting conversation because she had talked to several other advisors and games in town, and she really felt like they didn't completely grasp the entire retirement puzzle, if you will. There's just so many components. And like one of the things that she asked a local firm, and a good shop, by the way, was about Roth IRA conversions. And she was told that, to go talk to her CPA because they're not allowed to give tax advice. Mm-hmm. And, giving IRA advice and tax advice are two different things in my humble opinion. And so we are able to give that type of advice. And
it reminds me, just went to trying to find a new doctor, a new family doctor, and so forth, and getting your regular blood work and all that stuff. And it was a great family practice, and they were really nice. They were really attentive, and they really seemed to be listening to what was on my mind. But to go and get a blood work done, they said, oh, you're going to have to go to this building that's across the street. And then if you want to talk about, this version of your health, you're going to have to go and see this separate doctor. And the difference is when it comes to the financial planning, I don't think when people get to retirement, they want to be going to 3 and 4 and 5 different people to try to get it all together. It's just hard to schedule that all. So how much of that retirement plan do you do all completely in-house?
We do it all, Spike. I mean, we're not sending you out to, as you mentioned, to go get the blood work over here or over there. We do it all. There are some complexities that can come in. For instance, if we're working with someone who's got a closely held business, like a veterinarian practice, a doctor practice. I've seen law practices. I've seen oil and gas manufacturing companies as well. Those situations are a little more complex, so we might actually bring in professionals in our network that we work with already and have relationships with already to help with those more complex issues. If you are retiring from an Exxon, a Chevron, a Shell, down to the Baytown refinery or here at the Woodlands campus at Exxon, we're geared to help you, whether it's a NUA transaction on your Exxon stock, or should you take your pension in a lump sum or take the payout? What about Roth IRA conversions? I pay my house off first, right? Should I carry credit card debt into retirement? What do I do if I have credit card debt? I mean, all of these things are things we're equipped to help with, and we try to do as much of that in the office as we can, with the caveat that on some complex cases, we do want to bring in some good quality people and some good help, because at the end of the day, you can be very good at a lot of things, and you can do that well, but some of the complexities require us to bring in some different sources of information and different sets of eyes, if you will.
For full and comprehensive retirement planning, you can call the phone number, set up an appointment. Ryan here's going to tell you exactly what happens when you call the phone. We've got folks who are standing by right now over the weekends, or you might be watching this video on your YouTube channel, but call the phone number. There's no cost to sit down with Ryan and his team, 844-944-7555. If somebody's hearing this radio show for the first time or for the 100th time, because we've been on for a couple of years, what happens from that phone call to coming in your office?
Spike, that's a really good question. On the phone call, folks, listen, we have a television show, we have a radio show, we have a YouTube channel, and I'll tell you that when you call the number, the 877-944-7555 number, you're going to get our answering service, all right? That's who they are, and they're going to ask you a couple of questions. Leave your contact information with them, okay? Because what we're going to do is Joel on my team is going to call you, likely as soon as you call or within an hour or two when you call the show, and he's going to ask you some questions, and he's going to try to pair you with the most appropriate advisor with our firm. What I mean by that is we have the philosophy here at Alli Wealth that if you want help with your money and your money is important to you and your goals with your money are realistic, shame on us for not helping you, all right? And so what we do is we pair you with the appropriate advisor. With me, at this day and time in the firm, I specialize in clients with a $5 million and higher net worth. Stevenson on my team, president of the firm, been with me for 14 years now. Matt specializes in that $2 to $5 billion range. Justin in that $800,000 to $2 million range, and then I've got guys and gals, down the line, so that we can be a firm that helps everybody. Because shame on us for not doing that. My grandmother would take her shoe off and beat me if I didn't. Okay, and so, but when we're going to have a conversation, we're just going to find out kind of where you are. How much have you saved? Where is it? How much longer do you want to keep working? Are you contributing to your accounts, 401ks, IRAs? Saving outside of your 401k and IRA in a bank account, okay? A 10,000-foot view of your financial situation. When we're doing that, we're going to be pretty detailed, because the old garbage in, garbage out thing comes to mind, right? If we put a bunch of garbage into a plan, we're not going to get a good plan. If we put good quality stuff in the plan, we're going to get good quality work output out of the plan. But we're going to take your information and we're going to build a written, comprehensive, as we say, breathing plan for you. Talks about what to do when you retire with your assets so that you can live the best life possible you can with the resources you have to work with in your golden years. Folks, the thing about that is it's not invasive. We're not rude. We're not, just trying to size you up with your money. We're trying to pair you with the right advisor. We are trying to provide you education. And the education works like this. A lot of people have this philosophy that all their money should be invested the same way for retirement purposes. One of our competitors out there is they focus on stocks, and they believe put all your money in stocks. Well, that's good as long as stocks are going up. But what happens if stocks go down in value? What do you do then, right? So, a lot of people want to take a shotgun approach and, diversify your money all over the place. And that's good in some instances, but there's also an instance where you want to be rifle laser focused. And what I mean by laser focused is this. Example, say that you have a $60,000 per year need to have food, water, shelter, clothing, access to health care, medicine, transportation. I think I've got them all there. Utilities, phone access, that sort of thing. Let's say you need $60,000 a year.
Vacation time? Does all that kind of stuff
some people
included?
require that to be in there. I worked 30 years, right? So
lifestyle,
What are those expenses? And, are there ways to make sure that you have those expenses covered as long as you have breath in your body? And there are. So let's investigate those. Where I'm going with this, folks, is that there are tools out there that you can use to accomplish various things with your dollars to cover various items in your golden years. Tools are tools. There's no good tool. There's no bad tool. There's simply the right tool for the right job. Spike, for instance, when Callie says, hey, babe, go hang the picture in the hallway. All right. I go to the toolbox. I look in there. I see a hammer. I see nails. I see a screwdriver, a wrench, a socket set, wires, channel locks, vice grips, all these different things in my toolbox. All right. But in the moment of hanging the picture, I'm going to grab my screw gun. I'm going to grab a wall anchor and a screw, and I'm going to go to and a level, and I'm going to go to the hall and hang the picture. Right. Well, in that moment, didn't grab the channel locks or the pliers or the ratchet set or the crescent wrench. Why? That make those bad tools? No. It simply makes them not the best tool for that job at that moment, right? Yeah. And so financial products and stocks and bonds and mutual funds, which we're going to get into here later some more, by the way, annuities, life insurance, Medicare supplemental policies or Medicare Advantage, and lump sums, all these things, folks, they're just tools. There's no good ones or bad ones. There's just the right tools for the right job. And what we're really trying to help you do is figure out which tools you need in your tool belt and to identify the best versions of those tools, right? I don't want the cheap, Chinese knockoff tools. I want the good Craftsman or the Snap-on or the Husky tools from Home Depot you can get these days. And let's go find the best tools for the best parts of your retirement and best jobs, what you're trying to accomplish in your golden years. And
you've
that's
put
what
together
our planning session comes down to.
Yeah, you've put together a toolbox even for folks online, and there's no cost for this toolbox. I'm over here right now on retirenowhouston.com, and I'm just going to list them off. You can calculate your retirement tax bill at no cost on the website. You can get your 2024 Social Security report right there on the website, or you can get started on your own retirement planning strategy session. Toolbox, right there at retirenowhouston.com. Now,
hey, Spike, scroll
yeah.
down some more and click download free reports, and you're going to see an absolute ton more treasure chest of all kind of stuff in there as well. So a lot of free reports on when to claim Social Security and taxes and all kind of stuff on there.
Right. And all of that is at retirenowhouston.com. That's retirenowhouston.com. But for those who are driving around right now and listening on the radio program, call the phone number. Have your passenger take it down. 844-944-7555. That's 844-944-7555. Ryan, you want to take us out to break here?
Folks, don't touch that dial, because coming back up, we're going to talk about why people are choosing ETFs, exchange-traded funds, over mutual funds, and why you should do the same.
Don't go anywhere. More Retire Now Houston with Ryan Wheless on the money when you get back right after this break.